Hello and welcome to the channel. Today I'm making my Flaky Buttermilk Biscuits. I'm going to do partially as a few biscuits to show you how to do it, but mainly it's going to be for a topping that for a different video I'm doing, which is my chicken pot pie with a biscuit topping. So to start with, I have 2.5 cups of flour, and I'll use a little more to dust the board. I'm going to use, oops, I forgot my baking powder. 1 second. I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of baking powder, a teaspoon of sugar, a teaspoon of salt, 8 tablespoons of cold unsalted butter, which I do not have, so I'm using salted butter. I'm going to use 1 cup of buttermilk, and probably a little bit more because I like mine a little wetter. And 2 tablespoons of salted butter melted to brush the tops is what I usually my butter biscuit recipe calls for, which I won't be doing that today because for the simple fact is this is just a little video of how I do my recipe, but it's technically for something else other than biscuits, but I will show you how I do my biscuits. It just won't be the whole recipe. You can cut this in half and make just a few biscuits. I'm trying to remember if my half recipe I think makes 6 to 8. So it depends on how big you also make them. Alright, so I'm going to put the 2 tablespoons of baking powder in this. A teaspoon of sugar, teaspoon of salt, all right, and I'm going to use whisk to whisk it in. Oops, I'm gonna make a mess. And I'm gonna grab me a butter knife to cut these into little cubes. Now my biscuit recipe calls for a 425-degree oven, and the biscuits cook about 10 to 15 minutes fresh, but you can also freeze them. This recipe's good at freezing them. And when I freeze them, I still do it at 425, but I cook them for about 20 minutes. It's been a long day. I think this is my 4th video. But I'll be working on this video and my chicken pot pie video in like a couple of, they're kind of intermixed. I'm trying to make them. So, where is it? Alright. Alright. Trying to make sure you guys can see me over here. Alright, let me okay. Now I'm going to try. That ain't gonna. Trying to get you close enough. I guess that's as close as I'm gonna get. Alright, so we're just gonna. You can use a fork, you can use a couple knives. I'm just gonna try to crumble this up, blend it in. You can leave some a little bit big. My knife back. Tried to move it out of my way. Wasn't thinking. You can use your fingers to do this. Alright. I think that's good enough. Leave some chunks in there. Alright. To start off with, and then I'll go to my hands. So I'm going to put the 1 cup in. Get out my rolling pin for after. Alright. Open this up. Get some flour out because I know I'm going to need it. Alright. Oops. Now, I am going to add some more so I can get all the flour mixed in. For the most part, I want it wetter because it's going to be a biscuit topping. For the most part. Like I said, I will make a few biscuits out of it. actually amazed with how much I have to actually add in. All right, let's see. That works, and I don't have to open up another one. All right, I'm gonna use my hands. Maybe it'll be easier. All right. Yeah, it will be. I'm going to put a bunch of flour down. That way it doesn't stick. All right. I am going to take part of it, and it's going to be a very small part, but you'll get the idea of it. And of course I forgot my biscuit cutter. All right, there we go. I'm gonna kind of roll it out a little bit, fold it in half, try to fold it in half one more time. All right. Try to make it a little bit longer than. All right. So you want to go straight down. You don't want to twist it because then it won't rise up right. I'm going to put that over here on some flour. And come on, front and back. All right, and I'm going to do it again. And I'm going to put that one over here so it doesn't stick. The rest of this, I'm going to put in here. And I'm going to use this in my other recipe. I apologize, this ain't a full recipe. And I will do one later on, I think, for a full recipe so you can see how many biscuits it makes. This is just a basic, quick tutorial on how to do it without having to do two separate videos like I was going to, because it's been a long day. So I'll just word this right when I'm editing, and that way people will know what it is. All right, so when I go and cook these two, I will come back and I will show you, because it's two different temperatures. What I'm cooking tonight is 375, the other one's 425. So I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, and I'm back. And we're gonna finish up these biscuits. All right. I ended up with one more round one And I just rolled the rest of the little bit that I had left and made a little biscuit shape. It's a little funky looking one, but it'll be edible. I'm going to cook this for on a 425 degree oven. I'll start at 10 minutes, and if it needs to go longer, I'll let you know how much. All right, so I'll be back shortly. All right, so at 425 it took 15 minutes, and I am, here it is. I'm going to put a little bit of butter on it, like the recipe calls for. And it doesn't have to be melted. You could just use some soft, room temperature butter. All right. Okay. That's what they look like. They're a bit hot at the moment, so I'm going to try to do this without burning myself. Nice golden, on the bottom. Boy, are they hot. All right, let's break into one. Let me get a plate. All right. All right. Let's see here. Oops. All right. Now, there. Breaks open quite easy. Nice and hot and steamy. You can put and flaky. Oof. Hot though. But I just finished eating dinner, so I am not hungry. But I do know what they taste like. Otherwise I would taste it. Yeah. So that's my biscuit topping / buttermilk biscuits, and I really think you guys will enjoy them. So if you like it, like the video, subscribe, share it, and come back again. So see you in the next video. Have a good night.